Right, and we're back. Okay, what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be quickly doing a quick review on my iPad and iPhone. As you can see here, I've got my iPad open. This isn't a simulated iPad. This is literally reflecting my iPad directly on screen. I'm just using a handy little app for this. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm not going to be reviewing your website in landscape mode because it's pretty much similar to what we're used to seeing on the desktop. So I'm just going to be reviewing it in portrait view. From what I can tell, the website doesn't respond. It literally just it looks identical to what it does when we're on a main browser. I've pretty much covered the front end. So what I'm going to be doing now is I think I should log in. Well, I have logged in already, so I'm just going to go into the dashboard area and just carry on what I've seen. I've sort of gone to the add page. I see that you've got a list pages area, so I'm going to quickly go into that. From what I can tell, this is obviously going to list all of the different pages that I've sort of updated. I'm assuming from here I can click on it and actually go in and edit it, so that's cool. I see it's a very basic WYSIWYG editor. It's not. It's really for the people that understand HTML and CSS. Anyone that doesn't understand HTML and CSS is going to have a bad time, which I think is a bit of a contradiction, because you also want to be assisting people that, like you said, like marketers or people that are looking to promote their websites. So I would definitely advise you to improve the site by allowing for people that might not have a full comprehensive understanding of how to code basic HTML. I see there's also a file attachment sort of drop down and nothing's there, and there isn't really an option to add it in, which I find a bit strange. I did, by sort of looking around the website earlier, notice that there is a files area in the main navigation at the top here, and I'm assuming that's where I would add content. Yeah, there it is there, but it wasn't obvious to me. Like, that took me a good 5 minutes to sort of find, and it's not the neatest or the most elegant way of helping people find content to add to their pages. So you can end up having a lot of pages on your website that literally don't have any video, unless they really do get familiar with your backend. I mean, nobody knows the backend of this website better than you do, but it's still, I still think it needs to be refined so that people have a better experience. I see there is a sort of a schedule here as well that has to do with, I'm assuming, being able to post dates or sort of post multiple pages at once, and then it gives people the option to work out, from a chronological perspective, work out when they want their pages to sort of go out live on the web, I'm assuming. Or I can literally maybe go through and see what content has been added on specific days, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's just a way of being able to see, how much content I've added or when. I don't really get this area, but yeah. Anyways, I see there's a contacts area too, which I also find a bit weird. I'm a little bit hesitant to add contact information for people that I have. I'd really need to get a lot more familiar with this, unless it's just my contact information that you're after. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like I can add multiple contacts, but again, I haven't added one yet, so I'm not 100% sure. Then I see there's an edit profile area, which literally asks me to log in, or not really, it just wants me to change my password, confirm password, okay, and then change my email address, or I can delete my account if I want to. So yeah, just a very straightforward backend. I definitely think there is room for improvement, and I definitely think that there needs to be an emphasis on guiding people around and showing people what they can do. You sort of go through basic descriptions of what each section is all about. Like under contacts, you say keep track of all your contacts and or affiliate links. Need a calendar to keep track of your events. Here you go. I mean, I think it's coming from a good place, and if this has been developed from scratch, then I do applaud you. But I think if you want to really put this website into context where it really is a benefit to the people that use it, it does definitely need to be pushed a lot further. So yeah, I see in the footer here you've got a variety of links as well. I can add me on Facebook, home, pages, calendar, legal, and contact. I'm not sure where those all go, but I think I'll leave that for my iPhone review, so I will be back in a moment. Thanks very much. Right, and we're back. I'm going to quickly go into full screen mode here. I just want to get myself organized. As you can see, I've got the website open in front of me. I'm using my iPhone 5. And let's go into full screen mode and get going. Okay, so again, the website doesn't respond. It's not built for responsiveness, so there's a lot of pinching and dragging and all of that sort of is going to happen, which is always a bit of a drawback because, you know, it's impossible to read content at a specific point size. So having your customers always have to do this and this and this and this can be a bit of a pain in the neck. So I would advise you, if you do want users to be really utilizing your website from a mobile perspective, I would advise you to look at seeing what you can do to make the website a little bit more responsive. I'm just going to quickly log in again. And let's have a look here. Okay, so yeah, I mean it's pretty much exactly what I've seen on the desktop and my iPad. I mean, it looks a little bit bigger on screen, but you know, for me to zoom in and actually read, I think that this is probably the comfortable height. So you can see how much I have to sort of go through to sort of scroll my way around the site, which is always a bit of a drawback, you know. I see there's a message box thing at the top here. I just want to click on this. I haven't been in here yet. Okay, it wants me to log in again. I think I'm just going to leave that. Let's go down to the bottom. Zuvella. Okay, so we've got add me on Facebook, home, pages, calendar, legal, and contacts. So let's go to pages and see where that takes us. Okay, so that's obviously all the pages for the main directory, which we've sort of covered already. Calendar, let's have a look at the calendar. Okay, so this is the main calendar from a front-end perspective. It's not an editable calendar. Can I actually click on things? I don't know. Doesn't look like it, no. Let's go down to legal. What's on your legal page? Privacy policy and all the boring information that nobody ever reads. Quite a bit of it. Terms and conditions. Okay. And let's go to your contact page. This I'm assuming I can use to get in touch with you. Just a basic contact form, email, subject, and message. So yeah, that's about it. Don't know what else we have in the footer here. It looks like you've got a couple links for sale. Esway.com, 6.9 million. I don't quite know what that's all about. I'm assuming this is some type of advert that you're highlighting in the footer. Okay, since a specific date you have had a domain, business plan, esway.com, and you're selling it for £7 million. I have no idea what all of this is about. It's just content on top of content. VIP marketing, more content. Wow. Yeah, I kind of lose interest halfway down because you just aren't holding my attention. It looks like it's the same person that's commented over the last few years, having a conversation with yourself. I see there's a few more comments from other people. And we have the lastvirus.com. I think you're just literally using the footer to just highlight 2 or 3 pages on the site. Lots of content, lots of hard work that's gone into this website. Doesn't Looks like I can zoom in now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you're literally just punting 3 different sites in the footer. And yeah, I think I've pretty much covered it from head to toe. I don't quite know what else I can do. I think just to recap, I just think simplicity is definitely the biggest piece of advice I can give you, and clarity. Simplicity and clarity. You need to, however simple you think your website might be at the moment, it might be a bit too simple. And I think it's very important that you focus on conveying exactly what the purpose and the the value proposition to your customers is, and go down that route when it comes to show people how this can benefit them, instead of letting them hoping they'll figure it out for themselves. And I think using websites like I mentioned, like Squidoo and a few others, you take a feather out of their caps. Have a look online for people that are also coming up with this type of idea when it comes to being able to promote your own content. And don't think that because you came up with it that it's a purely original idea, because trust me, there's nothing original when it comes to the internet. It's very hard coming up with something purely new. There's always going to be something very similar. And instead of looking at it as a negative, as competition, look at it as a positive. What can you take from them? What can you benefit from them? How do they solve the same type of problems that you might be facing when it comes to promoting a website like this? Anyways, I'm afraid that's my time. I hope I've been helpful and informative. If you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to get in touch. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks very much. Ciao for now.